Hi, everybody. Dennis Prager with the Fireside Chat. I have no idea what number. Should I even say the number?
Sure.
Okay.
334.
334. Very special. You know, Mr. Tubbs was in here and jumped on me, and I thought, oh, that would be so nice to have on camera, and then he left. By the way, sad news, Snoopy passed away. And he was a part of our life for 12 years, our lives for 12 years. He was a special dog. Do you know he saved the life? It's a long story, but I'll make it very short. We have two very, very large tortoises in the back of the house. They're African tortoises. They love the heat, so during the winter, they basically hibernate. They weigh about 80 pounds each. They're enormous. And they will outlive all of us. That's the way tortoises are. And one day, years ago, Snoopy began barking ferociously, and my wife just didn't understand why he was doing it. And she just, said, okay, Snoopy, it's enough. But he kept barking, and he kept trying to bring her to somewhere where he was really barking. And again, to make a long story short, one of the tortoises had fallen through a weak wooden hole, so to speak, or created a hole. The wood covered a drop. The tortoise had fallen down on its back. If a tortoise stays on its back for too long, it just dies. And Snoopy knew something was wrong. Isn't that amazing? And kept driving my wife nuts to look where Snoopy knew something was awry. And he saved the tortoise's life by doing that. I mean, so I've always had this affection, aside from everything else, for Snoopy for that. And I can also say this: we should all have as good a life as Snoopy had and die as peacefully as Snoopy did. He took a walk, and then basically it was over out of nowhere. Anyway, I thought you'd want to know. So we're looking into a companion for Mr. Tubbs. My wife, who's in charge of the four-legged creatures of the house. In fact, she's in charge of the two-legged creatures now that I think of it as well. And she wants what is it again? A
lab?
A chocolate lab. Yeah, she wants a chocolate lab. I'm not partial to the color, but labs are very, very lovable. Okay, anyway, open up with some thoughts, and then I take your questions. I do want to remind you that the Fireside Chats are sponsored by Prager United at pragerunited.com. Your contributions through Prager United make the Fireside Chat possible. So please donate. There are a lot of benefits to it, as you'll find out if you go to pragerunited.com. Thank you very much. And I'd like to remind you that this week is the final week of the triple match. Whatever you give to PragerU, 3 times that amount will be given by donors who want us to keep producing this type of material. Let me say a word about that. I can't resist. I have a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching the 334th Fireside Chat. One of them is donating. Most people, and I am among them, don't ache to give money away. Right? There are a handful of people for whom giving donations, or charity, if you will, comes naturally. There's no internal resistance to it. I do it because I know it is right. So I have a few thoughts on that I just want to share and then get to the big subject. I never met anybody who regretted having given money to a charity or to a donation, to a good cause, whatever term you wish to use. I never met anybody who thought, I gave too much and that's why I'm having financial difficulties. I wonder if such a person even exists. Also, every time you do give to something good, you feel good. It is a classic example. It's sort of like my workout. I don't look forward to doing it, but then I'm thrilled that I did it. Most good things in life are like that. We don't ache to do them, and then afterwards, it feels really good that you did them. And that would be true for here, for helping PragerU keep everything for free for people. So just some thought about that, PragerUnited.com. Okay. I've been preoccupied with good and evil since I was in high school. I have no explanation for it. It's my nature. We're all given natures. There are two natures. There's human nature and your own individual nature. So we share a lot of things in human nature, but then we have our own individual nature. And any of you, all you need is a sibling or more than one child, and you know how true that is. Your children can come from the same genetic background and grow up in the same home with the same parents and be completely different. Just have totally different natures, and the odds are that they do. So at this point, let me tell you what I tell you every week, that the rest of the Fireside Chat is at PragerU.com. And that is because we want to get you in the habit of watching the Fireside Chat at PragerU, because we don't know when they will pull the plug at big tech on what we do. It's a tragedy that I have to say this to you, but you all know that it's a valid concern. So please go to PragerU.com. The best is to start watching from PragerU from the beginning, and to get the PragerU app, which makes everything at PragerU available to you really easily.